to today's readathon. I have never taken part in a readathon before, and because I have a few days off, I thought that it would be a good thing to dedicate one of my days to purely reading books and doing nothing else. And I do have quite a few books that I really want to read. I will most likely give them a go today, or at least I'll try. I have just finished reading The Lost Spells. It is a collection of poems about nature and everything nature related. There are so many different animals and plants involved in this book, and it was such a lovely read to start my day with. The poems are very short, yet they are very beautiful, and then on top of that you have this book contains so many just stunning pictures and drawings of nature. This one must be my favorite. As I was reading my book, I had my moon lamp next to me. It was just incredibly beautiful. Now with this book done, I will most likely move on to the next few. However, first I'm gonna go and do my regular morning routine, and then I'll go back to reading. I hope you have an incredibly cozy day, and well, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'm back. It is currently around 9ish. I thought I'd show you the books that I've picked for today as my hopeful reads, or TBR for the next 10 hours or so. We've got The Hobbit, as a reread is overdue. We've got Treasure Island, which I think is about some sort of pirates. And we also have After the Quake, and then finally The Cat Who Saved Books, as I think it's just the perfect title for today's readathon. So overall I have picked 5 books. So the plan for the next few hours is to start The Cat Who Saved Books. I don't really tend to look at the synopsis or the blurb. I'm trying to get the books without actually knowing anything about them. I will speak to you later, and I'm off to read this lovely book. currently half one, roughly, and I have just finished reading The Cat Who Saved Books. I don't know why I didn't remember the title. Honestly, this is one of my favorite reads of 2001. It tells a story of a boy whose grandpa just passed away. His grandpa owned a bookstore, a very small bookstore that was selling quite old and rare books. And the boy is very depressed and he doesn't really know what to do with himself anymore. And then one day, a cat walks into his bookstore who can speak. That cat takes the boy onto sort of adventures to 3 different labyrinths, and each and every one has people who treat books in different way. Now, I'm not going to reveal to you what exactly these people do to these books, as I think it's quite an important part of the story. However, it reminds me a lot of The Little Prince, in a way that just like The Little Prince was going from planet to planet and speaking to people who are acting in a different way, it's a very similar concept in this book. And I did love it so much. Honestly, one of the best books that I've read in 2021. Now, I am going to take a quick break. I'm actually going to have burritos. I'm quite hungry. And then I will pick my next read and move on to that. See you later. Welcome back. So it is currently roughly about 3:30, 4:45, and I've just finished reading After the Quake by Haruki Murakami. It is a collection of 6 short stories. All of them are about 20 pages long. You know, the book isn't long. There's a story about a guy whose wife left him, and he suspects the UFOs. There is a story about a boy whose mother tells him that his father is God. Then there's the one where we have a man who went on holiday to Thailand. There's one about a massive frog in somebody's house that requires the person to like help them protect Tokyo from a giant worm that's about to cause an earthquake, which was quite a funny one. And then there's also one about 3 college friends, 2 guys, 1 girl, and obviously both of these guys fell in love with the woman. And I think that was the best story from the whole book. And then there's one more, which I do not remember right now. It's the second one. Oh yeah, Landscape with Flat Iron. That story is about a girl who's left the house to build a fire pit with her friends. Like I said, the stories are 20 pages long, so I don't really want to, you know, go in depth into any of those. However, the thing that I'm thinking about Murakami books is that I am not a big fan of his short stories. I remember reading Men Without Women. That was the first book that I read by Haruki Murakami, and I did like it, but it was missing something, and it's the same case in here. This book for me is like a 3 out of 5 stars because it was very meh, you know. I'm glad I read it. I'm glad I do not ever have to read it again. I'm probably gonna forget about it within the next week or so. I feel like half of the stories from this book felt very unfinished and felt like they should have been made into a longer book rather than just a short story. That was especially the case with the first one. When I got to the end of the actual story, I was quite confused because it just felt like that was an introduction to something bigger. I think it's time for The Hobbit. This version of The Hobbit has about 300 pages. It's quite a beautiful one. I don't know what's that. Quite a beautiful edition. So that's what I'm gonna go for now. Right, so it is currently almost 6 p.m. and I know it's quite late. However, I need coffee because I am literally about to fall asleep. Cheers, friends! Good evening, friends. It is currently 10 p.m. and I have just finished reading, just write this down, The Hobbit. It was my 4th book of today and it's my last one. I do not plan on picking up anything else today. I am so tired. I'm just gonna go to sleep soon. I took a break at some point as I got quite productive and creative and decided to go and make a song, which did not take me that long. I think it only took me 20 minutes, but you'll be able to hear it in this video anyway. Yeah, it was really nice rereading The Hobbit. The last time I read The Hobbit was probably in 2018 or so. I keep forgetting that there's a Battle of the Five Armies. I know that there's a film literally called the Battle of Five Armies, but for whatever reason in my head it's always like a made-up thing for the film, and I keep forgetting that actually does happen in a book. Overall, I read 4 books today, which is a lot more than I expected. I thought I'd only read about 3. Like I said, I've never done a readathon before. I'm surprised at how much I actually enjoyed doing it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do one anytime soon again, just because it is quite a task or quite a challenge for me to just read non-stop for however many hours that was. I think I've been reading for 15 hours. The end of today puts me at 60 books read over this year, and I'm really hoping that this readathon inspires you in any way to pick up your favorite book, or pick up a new book that you haven't read and give it a go. If you'd like to know how I read a minimum of 60 books a year, which I think I can easily go for 70 books this year, with still November and December and half of October left. You know, I'm not trying to sound cocky, but I think I could do it. If you'd like to know how I managed to read that many books, let me down below and I will make a separate video on that. Please also let me know what you're thinking and whether you enjoyed that video. That would mean the world to me. Until next time, guys, thank you so much again for being here. It means so much to me. Yeah, good night and stay safe.